runner interference call against Palacios, but then that begins a string of 9 in a row retired. He strikes out 5 of the next 7. Did he and Henry Davis change course at all there? We're trying to figure it out. Looked like the changeup, which was so prominent his last start, they put that kind of on the back burner yesterday, and then it looked as the reemergence of the splinker started to come about.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the start yesterday. He's unbelievable being able to do that. Changeup he didn't have a good feel for it yesterday. Couldn't command it. It was felt like he was pushing it a little bit and was a tough one to go to. So the ability that he has to be able to go to another pitch and have success with it at this level is amazing. And he makes adjustments so quickly that and him and Henry being able to go to a different game plan after what they had started off with, hats off to them.
Donnie, you mentioned the 4-0 lead, the 2-run homer by Ryan O'Hearn over the Clemente wall. We had just talked about, in fact, the Rays had a play. It was Aranda.
Yeah.
Hit a ball that might have been over the bleachers, it looked like, but the wind knocked it down in right field. And then the next inning, the Pirates come to the plate, and O'Hearn, the heck with the wind, hits that bomb.
He killed that.
Didn't he kill it?
He had to kill it because I thought that it looked like Aranda's was gone, and the wind pushed it back. And then for O'Hearn to get, and he didn't, it wasn't front row. He got that sucker up there a little bit. That might have been a river ball if there was no wind.
Is he okay, by the way? He had a pinch, or he had the infield hit in the 8th inning to third base, legged it out, the infield hit, and then you pinch run for him. We wondered, is he okay?
Yeah, no, he's good right there. Just with with one out, Ozuna, if he gaps one, having Billy Cook on over Ryan to be able to score, and then or Yorkie coming up, and Yorkie hit that one towards the gap. We thought we might get some action at home plate, but they were able to cut it off.
And the Osuna home run to left field was also crushed.
Yeah, he killed that one too.
Rough outing for a couple of relievers, Cam Sanders, Evan Sisk, that 5 spot. Johan Ramirez, he was obviously your last hope, and he was just running on empty. 3 innings, 44 pitches, the most he's thrown in just about 2 years. You have to tip your cap to a guy like that.
Oh man, he did a phenomenal job. Santana had gone 3 games in a row, so certainly did not want Santana pitching yesterday. Mason Montgomery had gone 3 of 4. And did not want Mason to get out there, and for Johan to be able to go 3 innings right there and give us a chance to win. If things break differently, we win that game even earlier than that. So for him to go 3 innings and be able to fill that void for us, hats off to him.
Wilbur Dotel is now up. What role will he have? Because you kind of need a bulk guy, don't you?
Yeah. Well, right now we just need some length.
Yeah.
You never want to. You got to think about the worst. Mitch Keller takes a line driver. Something happens early, and we just need somebody that can go length. And he's a starter, so he can go 85, 90, 100 pitches if we need him to, and provide some length out of the pen.
Is he a guy that you'd like to get him in one of these days to do that so he doesn't sit? Or he's just kind of almost an emergency arm for you for now?
It's an emergency thing. I mean, the best role for Dotel, he's a big prospect for us. He's done a phenomenal job. He works his tail off. He's earned this. And the best thing for him is to be in the rotation pitching and just really emergency length today.
Donnie, how about Connor Griffin? You just see him every day, almost every at-bat, almost every pitch, learning, which he did yesterday, facing the same pitcher the second time. He gets the ground ball to the right side of the infield that ties the game in the 11th inning, and then his base hit to right field in the 13th drives in another run, and he becomes, therefore, the potential winning run when he drives in that run in the 13th.
No doubt. And for him to have that at bat in that moment, drive the ball to right field, and then steal second in a situation that he was the winning run, and to get him on second base, all it takes is a seeing eye single right there, and we win that game. He's okay.
The 13th inning, he wasn't necessarily taken out. Pirates got a break. Caminero, the base runner, tries to avoid everything and slides in, and here comes Connor Griffin moving on the other side of the bag and kind of runs into him. And it is Caminero called for a slide that was not bona fide. And but again, Griffin took a tumble. He's obviously okay because he delivered that hit.
Yeah, he seems to be all right. That was a strange play for sure.
So much stuff happened, Donnie. Just last couple things. If Marcell Ozuna, you know this now as a major league hitter, you're at the plate. You aren't thinking to let a ball hit you. It ends up being a changeup, bases loaded in the 10th.
I'm just looking at that body language.
And now Soler with a hammered shot. That's going to go a long way. Back to back for the Halos.
You see where that ball landed? Way over the bullpens.
Well, that was Choadell with a massive blow. And the Angels have come out striking against Ryan Weathers.
That's back-to-back swings of 110 plus off the bat. Remember how many 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity yesterday? What, 23? 2 already.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Presented by Chicken of the Sea. Get more info at pirates.com/familyfundays.
Back at PNC Park, getting ready for baseball here in the Berg before the Pirates hit the road for a week in Arlington against the Texas Rangers, and then next weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll keep track of the scoreboard, of course, and particular attention on the National League Central Division, where the Reds are at Target Field in Minneapolis today, and the Reds are now 13-8, and they have won their first 2 games in that series against the Twins by just a run. And they've taken control of the Central for now at 13-8, thanks in large part to their perfect record this season in games decided by 2 or fewer runs. The Reds are 10-0 in those tight games, and they will send Brady Singer to the mound against Bailey Ober. Meantime, the Cubs will host the New York Mets, try to sweep that series. The struggling Mets, losing streak reaching double digits for the first time since they had an 11-game losing streak back in August and September of 2004. Tobias Myers for the Mets, Javier Assad for the Cubs. Brewers and Marlins meet in Miami. Jacob Misiorowski will start for Milwaukee against Yuri Perez. A couple of the young aces squaring off in Miami today. The Brewers and the Marlins. The Brewers at 12-8. And the Cardinals have won 4 in a row. They take on the Houston Astros, 3rd game of that 3-game series at Daikin Park. Matthew Liberatore on the mound, the left-hander for the St. Louis Cardinals, opposes former Pirate Mike Burrows, who was involved in that big 3-team trade involving the Tampa Bay Rays. Burrows 1-3.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line. Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat. Clean up on base number 1. Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. that's good. How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow. Jackson, the last time at bat in Reggie Jackson's career.
I would compare my career to a farmer. It rained when you wanted, sunshine when you wanted to. And when you loaded up your truck, the prices were at an all-time high.
Broken bat up the middle, base hit Reggie Jackson.
On the way home with a pocket full of money, you'd be smiling.
Bottom four, 3-0 Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto to lead it off for the Blue Jays at a fly ball to right in his first at bat. As Okamoto drills one. High, deep, gone! His first home run is a Blue Jay, and it is 4-0. Big time power to the opposite field.
He came here with a power bat, and to show that early in the season, he's got these fans on their seats.
Game on the Pirates Radio Network being brought to you by Ford, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Pirates, by Highmark Health. Highmark is proud to support Pirates everywhere, from home base to home away from home, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Pittsburgh Brewing Company, Pittsburgh Brewing, makers of Iron City and Icy Light. By PNC. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery, players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Bucko Baseball also being brought to you by AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. By Operating Engineers Local 66, partner with Operating Engineers Local 66. Join us at IUOE66.org. By Sheets, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Why the Sheets not? Get a snack after the game. And by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. And good afternoon from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The Pirates conclude this homestand and this three-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. 49 degrees and cloudy right now, though with the breeze it feels like about 34. Chilly day here today in Pittsburgh. The Pirates look to warm things up with a W. Mitch Keller on the mound against Shane McClanahan. Seth Davis, our producer at our flagship station. Doran Check, our director in the booth. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk here. And Bob will bring you the starting lineups right after we step aside for station identification. The Pirates return home, take on Central Division foes starting 1 week from tomorrow. The Cardinals will be in town for a 4-game series. Then the Reds starting 1 week from tomorrow. Get your tickets at Pirates.com. Let's step aside on the Pirates Radio Network.
Well, today's lineups are brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The Rays, and they're getting ready for their last game here in Pittsburgh this year. They're bringing in a 12-8 record. Chandler Simpson is the left field.
Hurley's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Belton right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow? I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Tucson with 2 strikes. That ball was absolutely destroyed.
What a 6th inning. Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
promotions to get it done.
In Pittsburgh, we don't just show up. We show pride. From the steel mills to the stands. We are Pittsburgh. Pittsburghers drink local. Pittsburghers have been drinking Iron City since 1861. Cold, smooth, built for our city. Through every inning, every season, every generation. Our city, our team, our beer. Drink Iron City beer.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Pirates fans, the Cincinnati Reds are in town on Saturday, May 2nd for a free t-shirt night. The first 20,000 fans take home a Pirates-themed band t-shirt, thanks to your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Head to PNC Park to watch your Buccos take on the Reds at 4:05 p.m. and enjoy a fun evening at the best ballpark in America. Get your tickets and see all the 2026 giveaways at pirates.com/promotions.
Pirates just now taking the field, led by Mitch Keller. He's first out there. He reaches the mound just as the other Buccos, his teammates, emerge, including Nick York, the third baseman, Connor Griffin. Over to shortstop, these players meeting the young kids at each position. Over at second base, Nick Gonzalez, Billy Cook at first. And in the outfield, Jake Mangum in left, O'Neill Cruz just now getting to center field to meet his young fan. And Brian Reynolds in right field. Joey Bart doing the catching. Pirates in their home whites on this Sunday. And Mitch Keller makes his 87th career start here at PNC Park. And for Mitch Keller, as Bob mentioned, his fifth start this season. Bob, he's one strikeout away from tying Rick Rhoden for 10th on the all-time Pirates strikeout list. That's pretty impressive. Your former teammate.
Yeah, he's going to be moving up quite high by the end of the year, as long as he...
Yeah, he could be approaching blast territory.
Yeah, look out, Mr. B.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
Blast is 7th, by the way, on the all-time Pirates strikeout list. Bob Friend, the all-timer.
I'd like to see him make some inroads in that this afternoon. We need not only a good outing as far as not giving up very many runs against a tough offense, but we need some length.
Need innings
out
from
of
Keller.
Keller today.
Yeah, no secret about it. Just heard Don Kelly talk about that very subject, that they brought up Wilbur Dotel from the minor leagues. I think Dotel and maybe one other guy might be available. Dotel would be kind of an emergency length guy. Well, let's knock on wood somewhere.
Was that made out of wood? I don't think that was wood you just knocked on there.
Dorncheck,
he's removed all the wood around.
Is this
there.
wood?
Oh, here we go.
These cabinets? Okay, they're wood, thank you. Stepping in, Chandler Simpson, the left-hand hitting left fielder, a .338 average, 4th in the league, and the first pitch is low ball one. We're underway.
You have to actually make contact with wood, Greg. You can't just...
Paul Clemens
willy-nilly
is the home plate umpire. Here's the pitch, and a strike is called. Over at first base, it's the rookie umpire, Stephen Jakinski, Brock Ballou at second, and Adrian Johnson, the crew chief, at third. Third baseman York in on the grass, of course, against the speedster. Pitch checked and taken outside, 2-1. It's 3 pitches in, so no panic, but and Mitch and everybody else knows this, you cannot give this guy a free pass. Mitch Keller doesn't do well in holding runners anyway, let alone, and it's not just him, it's a bunch of Rays that will run. And a line drive, base hit into left field. Well, he's going to have to deal with it. On the 2-1 pitch, he lined it into left. Came in 4th in the American League in hitting, and that's his 4th hit of the series. Went 2 for 7 last night. He has 7 steals, tied for 5th in the American League, and now brings up Junior Caminero. Opponents are 5 for 6 this year against Keller, and he's working with Joey Bart behind the dish.
Big lead.
The stretch. Keller delivers. Fouled straight back by Caminero, who was 2 for 7 last night.
Keller's trying to prevent the steal. That was about as good a slide step, get rid of the ball as I've seen him have.
Last year, opponents were 23 out of 26 against Keller in the stolen base department. 0-1 count, the stretch, and the pitch. Check swing at a ball. Did he go? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. And it's 0-2 on Caminero. 4 homers, 9 runs driven in. And an RBI double in the 5th inning last night against Cam Sanders, who was optioned in the minor leagues today to bring up Wilbur Dotel. Throw to first base, no tag. Billy Cook makes his first start this season at first base. He made 4 starts there in 2024 for the Pirates. The stretch by Keller. The 0-2 and a fly ball. Pop up. Shallow center. And coming in a couple of steps is Oneil Cruz. And he has it for the out. 1 down here in the first inning. Now it's the first baseman, Jonathan Aranda. A lefty hitter. Simpson, Aranda, Mullins, Palacios, Fiducia, and Walls will all bat left-handed against Keller. Aranda was 2 for 4 last night in the marathon game. RBI single in that 5th inning. The pitch, up and away. Kevin Cash, the manager of the Rays last night, admitted, I mean, in so many words, he said, let's face it, the game swung when Skeens was out of the game, but he said, we had to work to do it, and they did, to score those 5 5th-inning runs to erase a 4-0 Pirates lead. They went on to win it in 13, 8-7. 1 ball, no strikes. Throw to first, and the runner, Simpson, dives back safely. Chandler Simpson, a leadoff single to begin this ball game. Yandy Diaz on deck. 1-0 the count, the stretch by Keller. Pirate starter delivers, runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball, and a close play and an out call at second base. Connor Griffin took the Joey Bart throw and applied a tag as Simpson was diving headfirst into second base. And it looks like they won't challenge. At least Simpson doesn't think they will. He heads back to the dugout. A great job by Bart, Keller, and Griffin.
Yeah, I think Bart and Keller especially, they're making a little statement, throwing out this speedster. And Keller's had so much trouble with that, but he really doing a good job with that slide step. Getting the ball to Bart as fast as he could. This ball's fouled straight back into the screen.
That's the second runner Bart has thrown out in 12 attempts this season. 2-1 the count on Aranda. That was huge. The caught stealing, 2-6. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Curveball misses in. Goes to 3-1.
Hey, you want to take advantage of that now and get this out right here. Make Aranda the 3rd out.
3-1 from Keller. Fouled back. A fastball. Mitch Keller's last start on this homestand. 4 innings, 5 runs, walked 4, allowed 6 hits against the Nationals, a 5-4 loss. This is his 3rd career start against the Tampa Bay Rays. 3-2 pitch, and it's rolled to third. Up with it is York. Off balance throw, and he gets him. A 5-3 put out. They do take advantage of the caught stealing. Half inning, Rays nothing. Bucks come to bat on the Pirates.
Littler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in Double-A last year, then moved up to Triple-A, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
It'll be
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
Rolling, does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Because the right ingredients make it or break it. Because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
It is Shane McClanahan on the hill for the Tampa Bay Rays. He faces former teammate Jake Mangum. Mangum leads off for the Pirates. 0 for 1, scored a run last night, came on late in the ball game as a pinch runner, stayed in to play left field. He bats right-handed. The switch hitter takes ball 1. He's 11 for 41 as a Pirate, a .268 average. He's drawn 5 walks. In those 41 at-bats, he has struck out 8 times. 1 ball, no strike pitch from McClanahan. Check swing and a strike. Before the injuries, and that's plural, McClanahan was absolutely one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. We chatted with Don Kelly about that subject. First-round pick in 2018. The University of South Florida, 31st overall. A 2-time All-Star. Missed 2 years. And came back this year. This line foul off to the right. To make 3 starts this season. His first start back was March 31st in Milwaukee. Went 4 2/3, 3 runs, 2 hits. They'll be very careful with him. Here's the 1-2 pitch. As he gets built back up, it's low, 2-2. His last start before that game against the Brewers this year on March 31st was August 2nd, 2023 at Yankee Stadium. Lost a 7-2 decision to Garrett Cole. This ball's fouled off. Stays 2-2 on Mangum. He went 4 innings that day at Yankee Stadium, gave up 5 runs, and was placed on the injured list a few days later. And soon thereafter underwent Tommy John surgery. The 2-2 pitch, fouled back. And stays 2-2 on Jake Mangum, bottom of the first. Rays do not score in the top half, facing Shane McClanahan, who was set to make his return after missing a year of Tommy John. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and low, it's 3-2. Fastball missing. But in spring training of last year, he had an issue with his left triceps, later diagnosed as nerve irritation. Started the year on the 15-day DL, then went on the 60-day DL. Hey, nice job by Tarek Brock on the foul ball. First base coach skips out of the way. Still 3-2. Jake Mangum at the plate, the pitch. A pop-up, headed toward the seats, and Mangum's at bat will continue. The ball drops untouched on the track. First baseman Rondo went over, as did the right fielder DeLuca coming in, but no chance. And it's a foul ball, and it's 3-2. Count remains. This is
doing a good job of making him work for this first out. This is pitch number 10.
And it's a line drive, right field, and a fair ball. Hugs the line, kicks off the short fence, and settles there. So Mangum into second base with an easy stand-up double. Jake Mangum, the former Ray, greets Shane McClanahan.
How about that right there? That's pretty darn good at bat. You forced 10 pitches as the leadoff hitter of the game. And then end the at-bat with a double. Not bad.
That's an old-school leadoff hitter right there.
That's, and nowadays where, the pitch count is watched so closely and guys are taken out so quickly, 10 pitches in the first inning's huge.
Nick Gonzalez lines a ball to right field. The first pitch he sees, he lines it into right, putting runners at first and third.
That's kind of Nick's style there. He goes up hacking. And in this case, perfect. He was hitting behind the runner, takes the ball inside out, goes the other way. Not only moves the runner, but he gets the base hit also.
We'll see how many opportunities or pitches Reynolds gets here. Reynolds was 0 for 3, but walked 3 times, once intentionally last night. 0 for 4 with a walk on Friday. He enters today's game second in the National League, having drawn 16 walks. Batting average of .253 for Reynolds, 3 homers, 12 ribbies. Bats right-handed, and he fouls this pitch off a fastball that was in on him. Infield, of course, will take a double play if they can get one. And now the second baseman has a pitch com issue. Richie Palacios jogs off toward the first base. Jonathan Aranda gets a new ribbon for the receiver inside the cap for the second baseman and hands it to him. Here's the 0-1. Down low. Change up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Reynolds. Marcell Ozuna on deck. Bottom of the first. Pirates threaten to score first.
Massive gap on the right side of the infield.
That'd be a nice approach for Reynolds. Here's the 1-1. He takes a strike. Slider 1-2. Reynolds has been frustrated lately that he's had some opportunities to drive in runs and just has not been able to come through.
How about what they just did with the second baseman, Palacios?
1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Moved him over.
Look how far they moved. He was
almost
dead
behind
up the
second.
middle. He was behind second base. Now he's playing straight up.
Now they do that after 2 strikes?
I'm guessing that's what it is. There must be something about
numbers show it.
They got with Reynolds. He's a different hitter with 2 strikes.
And a bouncing ball left side. Shortstop will throw to second for the force there. Throw to first. No chance to double up Reynolds. He will pick up the ribby as Mangum scores. Gonzalez erased on the 6-4 put out. 1-0 Pirates.
They get that ball put in play, and they got to run home because of it. So drove it straight down into the ground, so it took a big first hop. Slowed it down. Gave him plenty of time to beat out the second throw, so they didn't get 2 outs.
Now, when the Pirates score first this year, they're 10-4. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Swings and misses. Ozuna, a 6-game hitting streak. It is second Pirate home run and second of this homestand in the 4th inning last night. The pitch to him. And it's into the seats right side. And he's in the hole, 0-2. Ozuna, during the 6-game hitting streak, batting at a .385 pace. Average at 185 for the season with those 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss at a changeup for the strikeout. For McClanahan, that's his 14th punch out in 14 innings. He faces O'Neal Cruz. Cruz 2 for 10 in the series, 1 for 6 in the game last night, including his 5th inning double off the lefty Ian Seymour. With 2 outs, runner at first, 1-0 Pirates. The pitch from McClanahan, swing and a dribbler off the end of the bat that rolls back toward the on-deck hitter, Nick York. Cruz, a .440 average this year against left-handed pitching. This next pitch is a called strike, maybe the inside corner, and it's 0-2. No 2 pitch. Called third strike. 98 miles an hour right there. And McClanahan strikes out the last 2 batters he faces, but the Pirates pick up a run. Double Mangum, single Gonzalez, ground out Reynolds.
Since he left the ballpark, it's a home run. You've got to stay in the park. Let's give it the old college try.
What a great effort. Now on a 6-game hit streak, 4 of those 5 home runs in that stretch.
Jordan Walker puts a charge into one. Rafaela back at the wall. Walker, his 6th of the year, finally cracks the scoreboard for St. Louis.
Well, we showed you a graphic of where his home runs were hit. That's about the height of them. They're all been up and in the zone. And when the ball's up to a man that strong, you don't get it back.
Of course, it would be Walker with a major league leading 6th home run already.
Problem now down the left field line is one of the carts looks like it ran out of gas. This is something out of Keystone Cops right here.
Michael Lorenzen might be in the market for a new glove. Chuck that one in the trash can.
Dropped it on the grass as the pitch was coming.
Nobody's out here to take it away.
Whoops. The bat even goes farther as a torpedo when it's thrown into the stands. Look at this.
How do you like that? Have you ever seen that before? It just disappeared.
I thought it.
.org to find your career and passion today.
1-0 Pirates lead, 2nd inning here at PNC Park. Batter is Yandy Diaz. He is the American League's leading hitter and a line drive to right field, but there is Brian Reynolds to make the catch.
You got to love that on a day where you know you're going to have to be out there for a while. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Wonder what that's like, Bob, for a pitcher like Keller, who knows not only does he have to pitch well, solidly, but he needs to give his team innings. Here's Cedric Mullins, game-winning home run last night in the 13th inning. Lefty batter takes a strike. Mullins hitting 149.
Well, you know one thing, if your ERA or if you aren't on your game, your ERA is going to take a hit because they're going to leave you out there to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, true. 0-1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullins now with 2 homers, 8 RBIs. 1 out, 2nd inning, 1-0 Pirates lead. Mitch Keller with a 1-1 pitch. And a good breaking pitch for a strike.
It's kind of what you should be thinking and doing as a starting pitcher all the time, as far as your strategy. I've talked about it for years. The difference between the bullpen and starting is that bend but don't break attitude. You get out there because you want to stay there a while.
1-2 pitch popped up left side of the infield. Third baseman York going to give way to the shortstop Griffin to make the catch.
If you start the game trying to make the perfect pitches and strike everybody out, and after the 3rd inning you realize you've already thrown 65 pitches, but you got 4 strikeouts, but you're not going to be out there very long.
Now Richie Palacios, lefty batter, second baseman, takes outside.
But that was in the days too. There's only 5 guys in the bullpen every night, sometimes 6, depending on how they set up the roster.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's a ball 2-0. The check swing. 2 balls, no strikes. Palacios a homer, 4 ribbies, hitting .286. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Palacios, fouled back. Now, you can't have more than 13 pitchers now on these 26-man rosters.
Well, there would be 14 out there if they could.
Yep.
There'd be no doubt about that.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch from Keller. And that misses low, 3-1. Change up to Richie Palacios. And again, his brother Josh played for the Pirates for a couple years. And he calls time. Joshua not playing in the big leagues this year.
There used to not be any rules on how many pitchers you could carry, and it was up to each general manager to make that decision.
Ball fouled back.
And there was compromises you would have to make. But you needed to maintain a fairly large bench because you used the bench a lot more during the course of the game.
When pitchers hit. 3-2 offering, fouled back.
So there's kind of a natural limitation of how many pitchers you could carry because you needed some extras. Still
3-2 on Palacios. Keller trying to put him away. 3-2 offering. Swing and a miss. He does on the slider.
Nice inning.
Go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Buccos on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Two men in scoring position here for Edmundo Sosa. And a pitch. Swing and a drive. Well hit towards the angled wall. Crow Armstrong looking up, and that is gone. Way back to the left of center. It's a 3-run home run for Edmundo Sosa. He hammered that pitch. He sure did. 442 feet. Wow. And it's 3-0 Phillies on the homer by Sosa. That man's got some pop.
Here just a moment. Nick York stepping right in here against lefty Shane McClanahan with the Pirates leading 1-0. Bottom of the second. York 1 for 6 with a ribby yesterday. Swings and misses. We step aside now on the Pirates Radio Network. Next pitch, a change up to York, and that's a strike. York's average 245. No home runs, 3 runs driven in. Facing Shane McClanahan, the pitch. This time this changeup misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch to York. Checks and takes a fastball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch is tapped foul. Third base side. Tony Beasley, third base coach, tries to play it on the hop. Able to come up with it cleanly, so he'll trot over and grab it and toss it down the left field line to the ball boy down there. The pitch is hit in the air the other way, near the foul line, over by the corner, and a nice little catch there made by Johnny DeLuca before getting over to that short fence.
And not an easy play right there. There's no foul territory to speak of. You're running full blast, and you get that fence. It's going to catch you about waist high. If you hit it hard, you're flipping over it. We've seen that a couple of times.
Here's Connor Griffin.
It was a couple of nights ago that somebody hit it, and the gate opened on him.
Yeah. Strike called on Griffin, who has a 5-game hitting streak. Was 1 for 6, a couple of ribbies yesterday. Average up to 216. Looking for that first big league homer. The pitch. Checks. Takes. A fastball. 1-1. McClanahan has given up 1 home run this season. Here's the 1-1 from the lefty to Connor Griffin. And he takes the ball. Change up low. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch from McClanahan. Swung on and missed. Big cut off the fastball. 2-2. McClanahan with 2 strikeouts so far.
The 2-2 pitch. Called third strike there, the fastball. 2 up, 2 down for McClanahan. And now here's Joey Bart. Bart had one at bat last night and struck out to end the ball game in the bottom of the 13th against Yoendris Gomez. He's hitting 143 and hits a high fly ball to left. Chandler Simpson backpedals toward the edge of the warning track to make the catch. Pirates go down in order. We played 2 at PNC Park. 1-0 Bucks. Here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picked up another K.
Diving catch. Cole Young taking a hit away.
Leaps up at the top of the fence, and he makes the catch.
The sweet relief of defensive redemption.
Tagging and going to third is Dominic Smith. Here comes a throw. Got him!
All the way to the wall, and Trout makes the catch at the top of the fence. Gorman, nice pick. 360 spin. How about that play?
They talk about good defense right there.
And Steven caught it. Steven was right there to clean it up. That's lined into right field, and Shaw makes a tumbling catch.
Lawrence Butler at the wall, finally able to rob a hit.
Diving stop, Miguel Rojas. No way.
Sliding play by Turner. Gets to his feet, throws in time. What a play by Trey.
Jeremiah Jackson makes a terrific running catch. Up the middle, and he's got it. Justin Robleski pitching the game of his life here.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pirates lead 1-0. Mitch Keller on the mound for the Bucks. 3rd inning. Johnny DeLuca. And then Hunter Fiducia and Taylor Walls due up for the Rays. 7, 8, and 9 batters in this 3rd inning, which is brought to you by the Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. Johnny DeLuca, the right fielder today, pinch hit yesterday in the 5th inning for Jake Fraley, a left-handed batter, to face the new left-handed reliever that the Pirates brought in, Evan Sisk, and he promptly doubled in 2 runs. Went on to collect another hit later against Justin Lawrence. Pitch is a ball. And DeLuca was aboard as the automatic runner in the 13th inning. He had made the last out hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 12th, but he was aboard when Cedric Mullins hit what turned out to be the game-winning home run. Next pitch low, 2-0 to Johnny DeLuca. Mitch Keller gave up a leadoff hit to Chandler Sampson, who was caught stealing in the first. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. After the hit, Keller got Caramonero to fly out. Aranda grounded out. Last inning, 1-2-3 second. Concluded with a strikeout of Richie Palacios. Here's the 2-1 offering to DeLuca. And a fly ball to left. Coming in a few steps, Mangum, Pirate left fielder, secures it for the out. And now Hunter Fiducia. Check out the Pirates 6-pack plus plan. You build your plan with 6 games or more during this season. And the more games you add, the more rewards you'll unlock. Get your 6-pack and learn more at pirates.com/6-pack. Hunter Fiducia, lefty batting catcher, hitting 200. 2 ribbies, no homers yet. Pitch is a curveball, low and away. He had 2 plate appearances yesterday. Hit a ground ball and drew a walk before he was lifted for a pinch hitter. The right-hand hitting Nick Fortes. Changeup misses, 2-0. 1-0 Pirates. Rays bat 3rd inning. Keller's 2-0 offering. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball. Rays in their dark blue jersey tops and gray traveling pants for this game. 2-1 pitch is a bounding ball past the pitcher. Second baseman coming on. And Nick Gonzalez has it and throws. A little low throw, but easy for Billy Cook, the Pirates' first baseman. Fiducia is the second out.
Keller's gone 2-0 on these first two hitters, but because of the way he can pitch, it doesn't really have that much effect on him falling behind. He continues to throw whatever he wants and go for edges. He threw the slider on the 2-0 pitch there. I think the DeLuca pitch was a fastball on 2-0, but he still put it in a nice spot.
This fastball misses to Taylor Walls, the switch-hitting shortstop. 257 hitter. The pitch to him. Strike called with the fastball 1-1. Walls was 0 for 6 in the game yesterday. Snapped his 6-game hitting streak. Missed the first 9 games of the year with a strained right oblique. And a little tapper. Keller off the mound, first base side. Little lob to first. Quick 1-2-3 for Mitch Keller. Blanking the Rays first time through the order. 2.5 played. Buccos lead 1-0 on the Pirates Radio Network. It's pre.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Franked up and sent in the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Billy Cook is batting 9th, getting the start today against the lefty Shane McClanahan and playing first base. He steps in. He has pinch run each of the last 2 games and stayed in to play the outfield. He takes ball 1. Billy Cook, 2 for 6 at the big league level for the Pirates this season. And the 1-0. Swinging a foul tip. Big cut from Cook, 94 miles an hour. Cook, just a couple of games at AAA Indianapolis, was 3 out of 9 with a home run for the Indians. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And a ground ball, backhanded by the third baseman, Caminero. Throws across the diamond to get Cook. 1 up, 1 down. Back to the top, and Jake Mangum, Pirate leadoff hitter, a 10-pitch at bat to start the home half of the first inning. And that 10th pitch, he doubled to right field. Batting right-handed, and he scored on a Brian Reynolds ground out after a Nick Gonzalez base hit had moved him to third. McClanahan, the pitch to Mangum, and a bunt up the third base side. And it's a beauty. Throw to first, gets past the first baseman, Aranda, and into second base. Mayhem Mangum. One single and an error. He's there with 1 out.
No, I was thinking Cook might try it, but Mangum gets up there, and I don't know if he could have just caught that ball and rolled it up with his hand more perfect than that. It was almost all the way to the foul line, and it stayed solidly on the grass, so it's not going to roll foul. And then the rush throw goes way down the line, and the bunt turns into a double.
And Nick Gonzalez at the plate again, takes inside for a ball. If you were listening to our spring training earlier this year, Kevin Young nicknamed Jake Mangum Mayhem. He creates havoc and mayhem on the bases. Here's the 1-0. And it'll pop up back out of play. And stands to reason he's a former Ray, because that's how they play, the Tampa Bay team.
You really like to have a guy on a team that has this skill set.
Yeah. He's going Gonzalez back to the on-deck circle to get some pine tar.
Remember J.A.?
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect description.
Yeah.
That's what he did. Havoc.
Yep. I've seen guys get out of rundowns 2 or 3 times in my life.
1-1 pitch, and there goes Mayhem for third without a throw. Jake Mangum is now at third base with a stolen base.
Yeah, they'll have to bring the infield in now. He's causing havoc. Mayhem.
Infield will indeed come in. Pirates lead 1-0. A 2-1 count. Pitch to Gonzalez. Outside. And now 3 balls and a strike. That's Jake Mangum's third stolen base as a Pirate. 3-1 count on Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball foul toward the end of the Pirates dugout. In and out of the camera well. It's 3-2 now. And Nicky G, a pinch hitter yesterday for Henry Davis in the bottom of the 11th inning, and grounded into an inning-ending double play. The 3-2 popped it up on the infield. And the first baseman, Aranda, over by the pitcher's mound, makes the catch. 2 outs. And to bring up Ryan Reynolds, trying to pick up his teammate Nick Gonzalez. Not able to take advantage of that runner at third, 1 out in the infield in.
Time for a 2-out RBI, Greg.
It is indeed. Reynolds picked up an RBI with his ground out. A fielder's choice his first time up, and he swings and misses the fastball from Shane McClanahan. 2 for 7 in the past against McClanahan. Mangum racing down the line at third. Pitches in the dirt. And it's blocked by Fiducia.
Maybe we don't need a 2-out RBI. Mangum's going to do it himself. He came at least halfway down the line there as that pitch was going. And then the ball was in the dirt.
He tried to steal home once last year and was thrown out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Check swing, a ball, appeal. Oh, first base umpire. The rookie Steve Jaczynski says he went, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brian Reynolds. McClanahan with a runner at third and 2 outs. Delivers. And it's hit hard but foul. Up above the club level, first base side. Stays 1-2. 98 miles an hour from McClanahan. He comes set again. And the 1-2 pitch. A little bit low with a fastball. 2-2. The Pirates saw McClanahan during his phenomenal 2023 run down in Tampa, May 3rd, 2023. Went 6 innings, gave up 1 run. This ball's fouled off. Struck out 9. That was pretty amazing first half that year, 2023, for McClanahan. The stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Reynolds strikes out, and we go to inning number 4. 1-0 Bucks on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Irons.
JJ Bleday looking to hit the brakes here, and because that
grass out there is moist. It'll be tough to get your footing out there.
From the middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
They're playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going.
You gotta stop the top guy.
Ooh.
They'll only be able to get one if they can get that. Here, John bobbles the ball and to Hilton. They're going to try to score again there. And Tommy Johnson should have stayed out of the way both times. Tommy made 2 errors. 3 errors? They can't give him 3 errors. That is something. 3 errors on one play. Wow.
Stottlemyre still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pirates still lead 1-0 fourth inning, not able to take advantage of that one-out bunt single by Jake Mangum. As Bob said, perfect bunt down the third base line. It was picked up by the pitcher. The third baseman Caminero had no play, and then the errant throw. Here's the pitch to Simpson. It was bunted toward third, picked up by the pitcher McClanahan, who threw it wildly past first. A bunt and an error, and then a steal, and he was stranded. 0-1 count on Simpson.
Yeah, he not only bunt single one out, he got himself to third with 1 out.
Yeah, inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
All on his own. That was an impressive inning for him.
Perfect bunt to third as a right-handed hitter, and fielded along the third base line by the pitcher McClanahan, thrown past first for the error. Simpson takes a fastball away, 2-1. Simpson's a lefty hitter, and he slapped the single to left to start this game, and then he was caught stealing. York, the third baseman for the Pirates, well in on the grass. 2-1 pitch to Simpson. Missed low. It's 3-1. Came in fourth in the American League in hitting. Chandler Simpson stepped out momentarily, now back in. Here's Keller's 3-1, and it's a ground ball, sharply hit off the glove of the shortstop. Connor Griffin has to hurry, picks it up, throws, and still gets him by a step. 6-3 put out.
That's impressive that when you can bobble a ball on that guy and still get the out.
Well done by Griffin. And now here's Junior Caminero. Second time through. Caminero fly to center in the first. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Griffin has this one as he shuffles to his left and throws on to first. A quick second out for Mitch Keller.
No trouble gloving that one cleanly with his one-handed style.
Talked about that yesterday, that a lot of the better defenders use that one-handed style. Well, now it is Jonathan Aranda, the lefty hitting first baseman, who grounded to the third baseman York his first time, and he takes a curveball for strike one. Ready to get in the game? Play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. The 0-1 from Keller, missed away with another curveball. Keller's first 3 starts against the Mets, Orioles, and Padres. He allowed a total of 2 runs. Here's the 1-1 inside. Those 2 runs coming against the Orioles here at PNC Park, the home opener, 6 innings, 2 runs. After he had shut out the Mets in his first start in 6 innings, and then 6 innings of shutout ball against the Padres. before giving up the 5 in 4 innings against the Nats. 2-1 pitch. Outside. It's 3-1 on Aranda. 2 for 8 in the series. 1-0 Pirates lead. They scored in the bottom of the first. Rays are batting with 2 outs, nobody on in the fourth. A 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good slider there from Mitch Keller. And now time called by the Rays first baseman. Lefty hitters came in batting .295 against Keller so far this season. He has limited right-handed hitters to a .139 average. Back ready to go. 3-2 pitch to Aranda. Bounding ball foul right side. And bounces into Tampa's first base dugout. Not quite as far as where the first base coach is stationed, and that is Corey Dickerson, the former Pirate Gold Glove left fielder. Third base coach, Brady Williams. 3-2 pitch again, and a ground ball this time right side. Diving try. Cook can't get there, but the second baseman is. That's Nick Gonzalez on the grass. And he throws on to the pitcher, Keller covering. Play goes 4-1. 1-2-3.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Out to the gap again. Raley adjusting on the warning track. Jumps and Luke Raley makes the catch up against the wall. Jackson with a fly ball to deep left field. It's going. It's gone. Scored 7 runs. Oh, Jeremiah Jackson goes deep again.
He doesn't want to look back. He just wants to stay positive and keep it simple, Chip.
He just did it. Another homer. Line drive bullet from Jordan Walker, his 8th. That ball tagged out toward left. Way back. Mike Trout has tied it. Trout sends one deep into the night. He's done it again.
And he has a home run here tonight. See ya. Oh, go that way. Deep to left. See ya. There's your answer.
Bottom of the fourth inning at PNC Park, and here is the designated hitter Marcell Ozuna for Pittsburgh, and a first pitch strike from Shane McClanahan, who struck out Ozuna in the first inning. O'Neill Cruz to follow, then Nick York. McClanahan with an 0-1 pitch after the changeup, and this offering is a fastball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. McClanahan facing the Pirates for the third time in his career, his first start ever at PNC Park. Swing and a miss at that changeup, 1-2.
That changeup got great arm action. Speed differential is real good, and the movement that he puts on it. That one that he just threw Ozuna, and the one that he struck him out with the first at bat, could be running about 3 or 4 inches away from him, right off the very end of the bat. You can't reach it.
He gets a whiff 48% of the time he throws that pitch. Almost half the time he gets swings and misses. He throws it a little bit over 25% of the time. And now time is called. Catcher Fiducia.
I need a
PitchCom
communication device.
It is the receiver for the catcher. Nope, it's the transmitter that he attaches to the top of his shin guards.
I don't know. It looks like maybe is he putting something in his helmet?
Well, he got both. He got a new transmitter and a new receiver.
It's still not working.
The home plate umpire. And now one of the Tampa Bay coaches comes out with a new Another one, a new receiver.
Fly around the moon. You think we get this figured out?
Or the earpiece, trying to figure it out. And that's not working, so he's going to hand this coach the old one that he just brought out. See if that might work as he attaches it inside his catcher's helmet, puts in the earpiece, tries to punch the numbers in, and apparently he's satisfied that he's hearing it. And they will not be charged with any kind of a timeout. The home plate umpire, Paul Clemens, asking McClanahan if he's okay and ready to go. He is. And stepping back in is Osuna with a count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch. It's outside. After this Osuna at bat, we'll step aside to allow our stations to identify themselves. McClanahan has struck out 4 Pirates through 3 innings. And that pitch went under the legs of Fiducia, the catcher. It was a ball, 3-2, full count. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Line drive, left field, smoke toward the wall and left, and it'll short hop that wall. Osuna will go into second base, sliding with a double. The throw not even to the bag yet, as Simpson had trouble playing it off the wall, and Osuna now with a 7-game hitting streak. He has been drilling that baseball.
Well, he certainly has a live bat. And when he centers a ball, the velocity coming off of it is pretty impressive.
It's 111 miles an hour off the bat. And short hopping the wall and left. He's there with nobody out, and now it is O'Neal Cruz who swings and misses the slider.
If he could have got any kind of a better trajectory, that would have easily been a home run at 111.
7-game hitting streak now for Osuna. Cruz takes a pitch and a challenge. It was called a ball, fastball.
The catcher challenged the pitch.
That's the home plate umpire, Paul Clemens. And on the scoreboard, we look at the ABS challenge animation, and it's a strike.
Tampa has 2 remaining.
Clemens announcing to the crowd that the call overturned, and they still have 2 challenges left. The next pitch is swung on and missed, and not a productive at bat there for Cruz as he strikes out on 3 pitches. 5 Ks now for McClanahan. Osuna still at second. The batter, Nick York.
Cruz has only seen 6 pitches. He struck out twice.
Nick York flied to right fielder Johnny DeLuca his first time. DeLuca made a fine play over by the right field line. York takes a strike. Curveball. 4-pitch mix for McClanahan. The fastball, slider, changeup, curve. This pitch is low and away. And again, impressive that McClanahan has made his way back, missing the last 2 years. That Tommy John surgery was the second that he's undergone. He didn't play freshman baseball his freshman year at University of South Florida because he underwent Tommy John back in 2017. This ball's fouled back 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes on York. The pitch. Swinging a foul. Back again to the backstop. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. McClanahan came in limiting righty batters to a 125 average. Bouncing ball, third base on the in-between hop. Junior Caminero plays it, the third baseman, and throws on to first to get York. 2 outs. Osuna remains at second.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to run it across the diamond for a second.
Yeah, very aggressive.
I mean,
continuing his momentum.
He ran almost to the edge of the pitching mound before he threw the ball first. He must have been waiting for Aranda to get to the bag. I should have looked over there.
Now right-hand hitter Connor Griffin takes ball 1. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Connor Griffin, still 19 years old. As McClanahan delivers. Check swing tapper. Foul off to the right. Over by the first base dugout. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
He does a very good job, McClanahan does, of setting up that changeup of his. There's a lot of fastballs inside toward the hands of the right-hand hitters.
The 1-1. Pop-up foul, backing out of play. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Osuna at second. The stretch by McClanahan. The pitch to Griffin. Checked. And it's taken. Once he fouled that one off, I thought I heard the umpire yell ball, but fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The check swing. Just got a piece of it. 1-2. Griffin facing McClanahan. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. Outside. That's a ball. Not sure the count here, Bob. Do you know what it is?
3-2.
Okay, so that was not a foul then. It was a ball that he called.
No, it's 2-2.
Which is it?
It's 2-2.
Are you sure? Okay.
I'm going to go with it.
I'm going to say 3-2.
Okay.
The scoreboard says 3-2. Here's the stretch and the payoff. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Shortstop is Taylor Walls coming in on the grass right next to the third baseman Caminero. Walls puts it away, and that runner stranded at second. And through 4 innings, it is 1-0 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Looking for extra power.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in Double-A last year, then moved up to Triple-A, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game. Bellinger back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. Leaps. And he makes the play. A terrific play by Cody Bellinger.
Over the left fielder for Meade will save the play. What a play by an infielder turned outfielder. Jose hammers one deep left field. Yaz watching it go. It's gone. Jose Ramirez has now homered against every opponent in Major League Baseball. He's the first Cleveland Guardian to ever do that.
Call the ball. Another steal. He is 3 for 3 in steals.
4 for 4 for O'Neal Cruz. It's looking good.
Cruz is hotter than a $2 pistol, Joe.
At the wall, Jordan Beck leaps and takes away a home run.
That's 3 runs saved with that magical leap.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Pirates lead 1-0 fifth inning, brought to you by the IBEW Local Union number 5. Yandy Diaz steps in, lined out to right field his first time. Fouls this pitch back, the club level, back behind the first base dugout. So he makes a nice play on a chilly afternoon here in Pittsburgh. Yandy Diaz, Cedric Mullins, Richie Palacios against Mitch Keller. The 0-1 called strike inside corner, and the batter, Diaz, looked back at the umpire, but does not challenge it. Pitch is popped up, and that will reach the club level first base way. 0-2 the count. Yandy Diaz, American League's leading hitter. Came in batting .354. 0-2 count. Keller, the wind, and the pitch to Diaz. Swing and a miss, struck him out with a sweeper. He hasn't thrown many of those today. Second K for Mitch Keller, and Mitch Keller, that's a milestone. They might want to throw that baseball out of play because that Means he has 853 for his Pirates career, passing Rick Rhoden for 10th on the all-time Pirates strikeout list.
And now say he's in the top 10.
Pitches high and away. I'd like to look at Rhoden. I thought Rhoden had pitched for the Pirates for a couple of years. 8 years with the Pirates, Rhoden. Here's the 1-0 to Mullins. Strike called curveball.
Came from the Dodgers, didn't he?
He did.
With
One ball, one strike.
Jerry Royce.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Mullins. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And back then, they were all public about trades and stuff. And Pete Peterson, the general manager of the Pirates, come out and saying, yeah, we're trading for Rhoden, but we can't get the deal straight with Jerry Royce and contracts and stuff. I mean, it was just wild times. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. 2-2.
Rhoden demanded a trade when he left Pittsburgh.
Yes. And that was for...
He didn't show up to spring training.
Yeah, that went on for a while, didn't it?
Well, he stayed out of spring training. There's a certain date where if you don't report, then you can start getting docked. And that's he stayed out until that date.
2-2. Did he go? He did. Says the third base umpire and crew chief Adrian Johnson. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 away in the 5th.
It played out good for the Pirates. Then he had to come back and start pitching. The Pirates didn't trade him right away. They eventually did, but he pitched extremely well. Mm-hmm. And it got his trade value up there. And
traded to the Yankees.
Did we get Drabek?
I think so. November of '86. Line drive right field by Palacios, and that will be extra bases. Richie Palacios into second base with a 2-out double as he lines it down the right field line. Just pulled that offering. First pitch from Keller Heeses in this 5th inning.
I think we got Drabek and Fisher, right?
I believe.
And maybe even a third. Those two for sure. So that's a pretty good deal. That
Pat Clemens came in that trade.
He pitched very well.
Rhoden and Cecilio Guante went to the Yankees.
He pitched very well and was allowed the Pirates to get a pretty good return.
Here's the pitch. And a strike to Johnny DeLuca. Yeah, Rick Rhoden had requested a trade back in his Dodger days back in '78. Wasn't really happy with his role and was public with that. And Pete Peterson said, we're trying to trade for him, and they finally did in '79. 0-1 count to Johnny DeLuca. Tying run in scoring position. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. We're talking about Rick Rhoden because moments ago, Mitch Keller passed the former Pirate for 10th on the all-time Pittsburgh Pirates strikeout list. He now has 854 in his career. Next on that list, Deacon Philippe. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball left side. Backhand play. Connor Griffin. Long throw is not going to get him. Safe call at first base. Johnny DeLuca runs too fast. That ball in the hole. And a stretch by Billy Cook. It'll be an infield hit, putting runners at first and third for Hunter Fiducia.
I look for a moment that Griffin might try to go to third.
Did he have a shot at third,
I don't think so, but he looked there initially. I was a little worried about the throw all the way to first right there with the tying run at third base, but he put it right on the money.
Here's Hunter Fiducia. At the plate, first and third. Runner goes from first. Pitch taken for a ball. Bart will not throw. Gets out of his crouch looking like he was going to gun down to second, but he lets DeLuca steal his second base of the season. And now second and third with 2 outs. One ball, no strikes. Mitch Keller's pitch. A line drive right field, base hit. And this is going to give the Rays the lead. Hunter Fiducia singles in Palacios and DeLuca. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay.
Well, I know it's really common nowadays for teams to give up second base on those steals. But you're giving up kind of without a fight. The other team getting the, in this case, the go-ahead run in position to score on a single.
And now this pitch in the air to right center. Over is O'Neal Cruz to make the catch. With 2 outs, the double by Palacios, the infield hit for DeLuca, and a 2-run single for Fiducia at the halfway mark. It's now 2-1 Rays on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
She's not done. This one is gone. Byron Buxton, a 4-hit night, a 2-homer night.
I'll tell you, he can get hot with the best of them.
Softly served center field, a diving attempt. Did Quan catch it? You bet he did. And it's a double play. Oh, what sweet larceny in St. Louis.
High in the air, deep to center field. Denzel Clark going back at the wall. Denzel with a catch. Added to the highlight reel, Denzel Clark.
What a night for Weatherholt.
The first multi-home run game of his major league career. Couple of homers, couple of Gold Glove caliber plays.
The Mike Trout Show continues on Broadway.
He lifts one high, he hits it deep, and that one is out of here.
It's back to back to back. 3 in a row for the Halos in the first.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade, you gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Now a run as Joey Bart steps in against Shane McClanahan. 2-1 Rays. Bart hit a ball to the warning track in left field in the second inning. Pitch from McClanahan is low ball 1. Billy Cook on deck for the Pirates. Then Jake Mangum hits even at 4 apiece. The Rays just put a 2 spot on the board in the top half of this 5th inning. And McClanahan with a 1-0 pitch. Over for a strike. A slider. Evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joey Bart. McClanahan now with a 1-1 offering to the Pirates catcher. It's fouled back, out of play. Figured the Rays going to be careful with pitch counts, certainly for McClanahan. It's at 74, and the Rays have been pretty conservative over the years anyway. Their pitchers, they don't normally like pitchers going past 2 times the batting order. Ask Blake Snell. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball bounced foul to the left. Going back to that 2020 World Series, the Rays criticized for pulling Blake Snell in that game when he was pitching so well in the World Series against the Dodgers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That's hit hard to center field, sending Mullins back to the track, looking up and off the wall. Joey Bart into second base. He's thinking 3. Oh, he pulls up. And it's a double off the padded wall in center field for Joey Bart to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
Well, I thought maybe he had a triple. When I saw that ball come off the wall, Greg, I thought, well, this might be Joey's time to go to third. But he made the right decision. There's, you know, especially with the game, you're down a run, there's nobody out. Can't make it out on the bases, especially at third right now. So he pulled up.
Now a bunt by Billy Cook, and it's a good one. And the catcher will throw to first late. Fiducia's throw to Aranda. And as of now, it stands as a bunt single. We'll see if the Rays don't challenge.
Oh, he was safe. There's no way he's not safe.
And they are going to challenge.
They're going to challenge at first?
Kevin Cash.
Oh, wow.
Going to challenge the call. Bart is at third. He's either there with 1 out or it's first and third and nobody out. bunt by Billy Cook.
Challenging the safe call at first base.
That kind of worries me a little bit. You usually don't challenge a first base like that unless you're pretty sure you're going to get it.
The call under review brought to you by Ring Central, voice of your business.
He's going to be out, Greg. I just saw the replay.
Crew chief Adrian Johnson is the one who announces it to the crowd. It was the first base umpire, the rookie, Stephen Kaczynski.
It's bang, bang, but if they stop it, I think you'll see that his foot's maybe an inch from the bag.
Meantime,
that close.
Meantime, McClanahan stays loose with his catcher, Fiducia, who picked up the ball and threw to first base. And initially, the first base umpire called Billy Cook safe.
Correct. They just showed a frame by frame. Maybe he is going to be safe.
Well, let's listen.
The call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Tampa Bay will lose their challenge.
So it goes as a bunt hit, and they lose their challenge.
They did the frame by frame, and the last one, you could see the foot was about an inch from the base, but the ball also was about an inch from the glove.
So it's first and third, and nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Now, didn't you think, maybe he didn't, I thought Fiducia kind of took his time on that.
I felt he took a little longer than he should have.
Yeah.
Mangum steps in. Jake Mangum has doubled and reached on a bunt hit himself. Infield looking for a double play ball, the pitch. And he fouls it off to the right.
Yeah, when I was laid down, I thought, okay, good bunt, move the runner over, but I would never thought it would be a bunt base hit.
Jake Mangum tried to at least tie the game with Bart at third. The pitch, there goes the runner from first. They'll pay no attention to him. Billy Cook steals his second base.
No throw.
It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
They had Caminero standing right on the third base side, or on the third base bag, and you got Joey Bart, who's not going to ever go home on a throw to second.
1-ball, 1-strike pitch. Doesn't make sense. And there's a line foul over the head of the first base coach, Tarek Brock.
We've had this discussion so many times. It's just, I mean, we just did it, and they got the hit, took the lead. And now they allow Cook, uncontested, to be at second base in scoring position.
And now the infield shortens up. Chop back to the pitcher, and McClanahan will throw to first to get Mangum, and the runners hold one away. And it brings up Nick Gonzalez. Saturday, May 2nd, Pirates host the Reds. 4:05, first 20,000 fans. Get a Pirates Band tee presented by your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Go to pirates.com/tickets. Nick Gonzalez is 1 for 2. Infield has shortened up. And the pitch. Strike called inside corner to Nick Gonzalez. They don't have to go all the way into the grass because Bart does not run well, so they can give themselves some extra room, these infielders. A few steps back from the grass. A ground ball, they could still go home. Here's the pitch. Bounced foul, and it's 0-2 on Nick Gonzalez. The first baseman, Aranda, about 25 feet off the first base bag, so a lot of room between him and first if Gonzalez were to bounce one inside the bag. 0-2 the count. The pitch outside. We've talked about Nick Gonzalez, who just quietly has become kind of an RBI guy. Not a lot of attention, but he does have 10 ribbies on the season. The 1-2 pitch. And a pop-up, shallow center, dropping quickly, and it drops in for a base hit. Nick Gonzalez will get an RBI single, and he'll go to second, heads up, as the throw from the outfield comes in to the pitcher. The pitcher's mound, cut off by the first baseman, Aranda. It's 2-2.
Yeah, that was really good base running by everybody, but Gonzalez realizing there is nobody. The first baseman is standing by the pitcher's mound, cutting off the ball, so there's nobody there. He can run 3/4 of the way to second base, and he's still not in jeopardy. If they cut the ball off, they can't throw it to anybody. So he did a great job getting himself into scoring position.
of the right fielder who threw toward the plate, cut off at the pitcher's mound. Taylor Walls was yelling for DeLuca to throw it to him at second so that Gonzalez would not go to second.
Yeah, he would have had to go back to first, but there was nobody. He would have still been safe. If there was nobody at first base, he could run as far to second as he wanted.
And now Reynolds with runners at second and third in a tie game. And the infield will now come in just about to the edge of the grass with a much speedier runner, Billy Cook at third. The pitch popped up out of play off to the right.
Yeah, Cook did a nice job of, letting Bart kind of run things there. It was so close to being caught. Bart had to be real careful before he broke to home.
Check swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Brian Reynolds. The pitch. Pops it up, foul ground.
Getting the seats.
Over by the on-deck circle. Oh, it hits off the netting just as the catcher, Fiducia, was set up to make the catch. So Reynolds has life. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Thank you, netting. It might have even hit a cable. It was at the very top of the netting.
Mason Englert is loosing in the bullpen now. And this will be pitch number 89 coming up for McClanahan. A reprieve for Reynolds. The 1-2 pitch. Down low and in, 2-2. This is very likely the last batter McClanahan, the lefty, will face, with Marcell Osuna on deck and the righty Englert getting ready. Brian Reynolds at the plate for the Pirates with 1 out. They've tied it at 2. Joey Bart led off with a double. He scored on the hit by Gonzalez. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit into left field. This will score 2. Brian Reynolds comes through. Throw all the way to the plate. No chance to get Nick Gonzalez. Pirates lead 4-2.
That was a nice single right there. That's clutch. That had to feel good for Reynolds to make that good solid contact off this lefty that's really been giving a lot of guys a hard time today. The mixture of that fastball and that changeup.
Yeah, that infield drawn in. Just grounds it between the shortstop Walls and the third baseman Caminero, and Kevin Cash makes his way out to make this pitching change. Pirates have bounced back to regain the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Reynolds is at first base with 1 out, leading 4-2 when we come back. New pitcher coming on the Pirates Radio.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central, with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
He's pitched 10 innings. He's given up 17 base hits. The opposition batting average against him is .370, so that's been a little bit of a problem for him, but he throws a lot of strikes. Only 3 balls, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, one of those was Spencer Horwitz yesterday. Remember, Horwitz had an 0-1 count against him when the rains came, and after the long 2.5-hour rain delay, it was Englert who came in and walked Horwitz before getting Connor Griffin to hit a fly out to the warning track. Now he faces Marcell Osuna, and Osuna takes a strike. McClanahan out after 4 1/3 innings, gives up 8 hits, 4 runs, responsible for Reynolds at first. Reynolds kicking himself for not advancing, by the way, on that base hit, with Simpson throwing all the way to the plate. Here's the 0-1. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike, but Reynolds delivers the 2-run single that gives the Pirates the 4-2 lead here in the 5th inning.
Hey, you got to look and see how high that ball is. It can't be cut. They're throwing it all the way in the air, all the way to the plate. That's where you got to take advantage of that.
Here's the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. A little bit low to Osuna, who doubled sharply to left field, leading off the 4th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Right-hander Englert sets. And now the 2-1 pitch. And it gets away, and Reynolds will wind up at second base after all.
Perfect.
And the count now 3-1. A wild pitch. Not a great job of Fiducia trying to stop it. But a wild pitch.
For me, that's a pass ball. It didn't bounce. It hit his glove. It just clanked off the end of his glove.
On the backhand. 3-1. Stretch. The pitch. Right there for a strike. A change up to Marcell Osuna. Pirates have answered with 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning to take a 4-2 lead over the Rays. Osuna calls time and steps out of the box. Have some questions for Paul Clemens, the home plate umpire, before he steps back in. Reynolds leads off second. Stretched by Mason Englert. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball.
We took a ton off that. That was a slow curveball. It wasn't so much the break on that, but the lack of speed and had Osuna way out in front of it.
They will not pitch to O'Neal Cruz with first base open. He's going to be walked intentionally, and they'll face Nick York instead. Nick York, who has flied to right and bounced to third. Englert coming set again. And he delivers. Line drive, but the second baseman is there behind the bag. And a nice play by Palacios. Ball was hit sharply on 2 hops right behind second. Backhanded Palacios runs to second base for the force. But the Pirates, the big inning, and they regain the lead. That 3 spot, lead it 4-2. Head to the 6th on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know...
Flamethrower Chase Burns, the 2nd overall pick in 2024.
And the pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. Kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
Second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Out of the slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
York that ended the bottom of the 5th was hit 105 miles an hour. Chandler Simpson at the plate takes ball 1 from Mitch Keller. Pirates leading it 4-2. 6th inning today is brought to you by the operating engineers of Local 66. Third time around now for Keller facing Simpson, who's 1 for 2. And a strike is called. 1 ball, 1 strike on the left fielder, Chandler Simpson.
Kind of shows you how baseball is. That the inning ended on that bullet that was hit.
And a ground ball, shortstop. Connor Griffin, the backhand play, a few feet from the bag, throws on to first to get Simpson.
And probably one of the very most important at-bats in that inning to get things going was the bunt that went 5 feet.
Yeah, the bunt by Billy Cook.
And it was 105 mile an hour off the bat line drive that ended the inning.
That's baseball.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's Junior Caminero. He's flied out and grounded out. Pitch from Keller. Didn't miss by a lot. Called a ball. One and nothing. Keller winds and delivers. In for a strike, inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Caminero. Join the Pirates for youth baseball and softball days at PNC Park. Like today is a youth baseball softball day. Bring your team down. See all the dates. Get more info as this pitch is taken for a ball 2-1. Pirates.com/youth baseball or Pirates.com/youth softball. Kids will run the bases after the game today. Pirates will fly down to Dallas. Get ready to take on the Rangers on Tuesday. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Caminero. 93 miles an hour from Mitch Keller. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pirate right-hander with a 2-2. And just a weak pop-up. Off-balance swing by Caminero. And coming in to make the catch, center fielder O'Neal Cruz. 2 up and 2 down in the 6th inning. Now Jonathan Aranda.
I'm going to knock on the real wood over here and say that Keller has done a nice job with one of his main goals today, and that was keep the pitch count under control and go deep in the ball game.
First pitch, low ball 1.
Get 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Just threw a 74th pitch, not bad.
Station break late, but it's coming up here shortly. The 1-0 pitch. Bounced foul. Let's do it right now here on the Pirates Radio Network. Keller with 3 strikeouts today. And for every Pirate strikeout by a pitcher during the month of April, Coppers donates $25 to March of Dimes. The 1-1. Check swing, strike called on the lefty hitter, Jonathan Aranda. Keller's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. One of them the infield single by DeLuca. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Pirates up 4-2. Here's Keller's 1-2 offering. A little bit inside.
Ooh, close.
2-2. Yandy Diaz on deck for Tampa Bay. Here's Keller's 2-2 offering. And a fly ball, right center field. Reynolds on the move. Cruz going over. And it's Cruz who makes the basket catch onto the track, approaching the Xfinity sign. Mitch Keller has gone through 6 innings, and he and the Pirates lead 4-2 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Encantan los jugadores. ¿Te encanta el juego?
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these two socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Bottom four, 3-0 Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto to lead it off for the Blue Jays at a fly ball to right in his first at bat. As Okamoto drills one. High, deep, gone! His first home run as a Blue Jay, and it is 4-0. Big time power to the opposite field.
He came here with a power bat, and to show that early in the season, he's got these fans on their seats.
Inning for the Pirates. The Bucks lead the Rays 4-2. Mason Englert for Tampa Bay with the pitch. In there for a strike. Englert faced Horwitz, Griffin, and Davis yesterday. Griffin hit that fly ball to the warning track at center field against Englert yesterday. The 0-1. Fouled it off. The Rays used 9 pitchers yesterday, picking up the 8-7 win. Pirates lead this one 4-2. Bat in the bottom of the 6th, the pitch. Couldn't hold his swing on a changeup. Connor Griffin is a strikeout victim. Second K for Englert. And it brings up Joey Bart. Big leadoff double for Bart off the padded wall in center field last inning against the lefty Shane McClanahan, who went 4 1/3, gave up 4 on 8 hits. McClanahan struck out 5. And now the righty delivers to Bart, over for a strike. Oh and 1. Pitch from Englert. Bart takes a pitch in the dirt, goes rolling back toward the backstop, doesn't quite get there. Out of town scoreboard. Brought to you by AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. Reds trail the Twins 3-1 in the 4th. Pitch is a breaking ball, over for a strike. Twins trying to salvage the final game of that series. In the 4th inning, 3-1 Minnesota. Cubs and Mets scoreless, bottom of the 4th. How about the reeling Mets? They have been on quite a downfall here.
That'd be nice if they could pick up a win here today.
Yeah, rooting for them.
Give the Cubs an L.
Pitch low and away. The Mets have lost 10 straight entering this game against the Cubs. That scoreless ball game in the bottom of the 4th at Wrigley. 2-2 count. Englert delivers. Bart, it's a fly ball to center field. That's hit well to the track, and Mullins will make the catch. Well, 3 pretty good swings here today from Joey Bart. 2 outs. Here's Billy Cook. That bunt hit following the Bart leadoff double. Cook then stole second, and he would score on the base hit by Brian Reynolds.
Horwitz
up, Spencer Horwitz going to pinch hit, lefty batter, instead of the righty hitting Billy Cook. And, of course, Horwitz will stay in the game to play first base. It was Horwitz again who walked against Englert yesterday. And he takes ball one, which was impressive because when the rains came, he had already faced one pitch from Drew Rasmussen and was in the hole 0-1. And the game resumed 2.5 hours later, and he faced this new pitcher, and he walked against him. Line drive, foul. Tarek Brock dips out of the way of that. First base coach. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pirates gear. Down low to Horwitz. Spencer Horwitz, 245 batting average, a homer, and 4 runs batted in. The 2-1 pitch. High fly ball to right field. He could just drop the bat and admire it. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Spencer for hire. A pinch hit home run. His second homer of the season. Buccos take a 5-2 lead in the 6th inning.
When he hits him, he gets a lot of elevation on his home runs. Hits them very high. That went way up there. Ended up going about 2/3 of the way up the right field stands. So you get plenty of distance to go with that elevation.
And he's got the most impressive bat drops going. With style and flair, Horwitz, who dons the welder's hood as he dances in the dugout now. Jake Mangum at the plate, batting left-handed against the righty. And he fouls this away, left side.
Yeah, Horwitz has kind of gone the other way, anti-bat flip.
Yeah.
Now it's just how he can drop it and like a literally like a mic drop. Yeah, it's just
pitch is fouled away.
He's developed a way to drop the bat and make that statement at the same time.
Usually looks toward his dugout.
Yeah, he'll look over there
and then drop the mic or the bat in this case. 0-2 count on Mangum with 2 outs. Pirates lead 5-2. The pitch up and in.
And that lets us know, too, that he's got it. Because he's not going to do that if he thinks, that might make it out.
Better not.
Yeah. If it's a maybe, he's the type of guy that takes off as hard as he can go.
This ball's fouled off.
We have seen some guys over the years admire those maybes and get a long single, especially to the right field here.
Yeah.
It's just not much of a throw for the right fielder if it doesn't make it out.
1-2 strike pitch. In the dirt to Mangum, who had the 10-pitch at bat leading off the bottom of the first inning and doubled. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Sheets shot by Spencer Horwitz. A pinch hit home run. Second career home run for Horwitz as a pinch hitter. This ball's fouled out of play. When he was with the Blue Jays a couple years ago in Atlanta, he had a pinch hit homer September the 8th. The pitch bounced foul to the right. And time is called by Jake Mangum. Shout out to Scott Thompson. He's here with his Beta brothers, Beta Theta Pi from Bethany College. And one of the World Series suites. Scott Thompson, good buddy. 2 balls, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Mangum strikes out. Following the Spencer Horwitz pinch hit home run that gives the Pirates a 5-2 lead heading to inning number 7 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites. Because meals bring us together. Because recipes keep traditions alive. Because the right ingredients.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the fifth inning. Chopper for Jazz. Hot shot. And he makes the catch. That got out there on a line, and he's telling Jose Calmeyer, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Here's Trout, 2 for 2. And Trout jacks one to left field, way back there, and gone! Mike Trout turns back the clock again. He homers on back-to-back days to begin the baseball season.
You never want to take for granted watching a future Hall of Famer. He looks fantastic. The bat speed is there. Oh, man. I mean, and you get goosebumps thinking about how good that player is and how good he still is.
Delivers, bouncing ball, weakly hit, shortstop over by the second base bag. Connor Griffin throws on to first. Wow, one pitch, one out in the seventh.
This is such an important inning here for Keller to get through. He will have now accomplished just about everything he wanted to do. Gives the club a 7-inning start. Hopefully it holds Tampa Bay to just the 2 runs that they've gotten so far.
Here's Cedric Mullins. The pitch. Takes a ball.
And if he does it really easily, they could conceivably pitch another one. I mean,
what? What'd you say?
He's only thrown 80 pitches.
Wait. What'd you say?
If he does this real quick.
1-0 pitch, line drive, right field, and that's a base hit and extra bases for Cedric Mullins. As Brian Reynolds will play it off the wall, Mullins into second base with a 1-out double.
I mean, let's say he was sitting at 84 pitches. With the bullpen the way it is, I wouldn't have been shocked for him to go out and start another inning at 84 pitches. But that's not going to happen now.
Richie Palacios will step to the plate. 6 1/3 innings. Matches the season high by a Pirate starter. Paul Skeens went 6 1/3 April the 7th against the Padres here at PNC Park. Pitch from Keller. Swinging a foul tip by Palacios, who doubled himself last time up with 2 outs in the 5th and scored on a 2-run single by Hunter Fiducia. As of now, nobody up losing in the Pirates bullpen. 0-1 count. The pitch. In the dirt. Blocked by Bart. One ball, one strike. Stretch by Keller. Pitch to Palacios. Bouncing ball foul behind the first base coach, Corey Dickerson. This would be unfamiliar territory, at least recently for Mitch Keller. He has not thrown as many as 7 innings since July 2nd of last year against the Cardinals here at PNC Park. The last Pirate pitcher to go 7 innings. Paul Skeens, August 24th against the Rockies here at PNC Park last year. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Palacios. 4 Ks for Keller.
Yeah, it's not a big strikeout number for him, but I think that's part of his secret today for being here in the 7th inning and having his pitch count into 80s, as he's been using the defense.
Here's DeLuca. Strike is called. And just now getting up is rookie Wilbur Dotel. Called up today almost for an emergency. They needed an arm. He's one of the prospects. He's a starting pitcher in the minor league system at AAA Indianapolis. 0-1 pitch from Keller. Fouled back. Ideally, Keller gets out of this because you'd really prefer not to bring in a rookie making his major league debut in a big game like this. 5-2.
Yeah,
seventh inning.
You would be bringing him in with the tying run at the plate.
That would be bad.
So
0-2 on DeLuca.
I want this third out.
Pitch is high. Keller trying to get the last out and give Don Kelly and the Pirates 7 innings. This will be pitch number 89. He delivered 90 pitches his last time out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Keller K's DeLuca. Mitch can pitch through 7 innings. A dandy from the horse as Mitch Keller makes his way off the field to a nice ovation here at PNC Park.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most
That's
important
a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line. Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here?
Back in the produce section.
That's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job. And I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms. And they happened to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Rendition of God Bless America as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
It's just as hard to hit homers in this ballpark. There's a drive. I don't care how big the park is. This one is gone.
Well, Mitch Keller really stepped up today as he went 7 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Here is Nick Gonzalez leading off for the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th, leading 5-2. Gonzalez is 2 for 3. RBI single his last time up, facing now Mason Englert. Couldn't hold his swing, 0-1. Englert delivers. Swing and a miss. Let's step aside for station identification on the Pirates Radio Network. Two on Nick Gonzalez, Brian Reynolds to follow. Shane McClanahan started for the Rays, gave up 4 and 4 1/3. Pitch is in the dirt. Englert had the last 2 outs of the 5th, pitched to the 6th inning and gave up the pinch hit home run to Spencer Horwitz. He has struck out 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirates have out hit the Rays 9-5, lead at 5-2. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nick Gonzalez. Called time, steps back in. 2-2 pitch. Well, misses, not by much. Curveball, 3-2. Isaac Mattson loosens in the Pirates bullpen. Keller got the hug, so he's out of there. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball, left side. Third baseman, Caminero, cuts off the shortstop Walls and throws on to get Gonzalez. 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Brings up Reynolds. Sunday, May 3rd, Pirates and Reds here at PNC Park at 1:35. All kids 14 and under will get a Pirates-themed comic book in honor of Superhero Day. Get your ticket to pirates.com/Family Fun Days. That's Sunday, May 3rd. Pitch to Brian Reynolds is a line drive right field and a base hit. Reynolds with his 2nd hit in 4 at-bats, and he has driven in 3 runs.
Yeah, that first one was big. 2-run single. Wouldn't mind having an extra run here, Greg. We still got 6 outs to get. You know, I think when Dotel was throwing, he might have just been trying to get a little work. Wasn't yesterday the day he was supposed to pitch?
Yeah, he was. It's been 5 days. I don't know if it was yesterday or today that he was supposed to pitch, but yeah, he's right around that time. Yeah. Kyle Snyder comes out, the pitching coach, who was thrown out yesterday of the game, ejected.
And there's a day off tomorrow, so they might have just wanted to get him up on the mound, let him throw some.
Maybe. And now the home plate umpire, Paul Clemens, going to break up that conference. Save big on Bucko tickets this season with your Giant Eagle loyalty card. Enjoy discounts on lower and upper level tickets to select Pirate home games. Plus, $2 of each ticket sold donated to Boys and Girls Clubs of Western Pennsylvania. Check it out, pirates.com/loyalty card. Pitching coach heads back to the dugout. Marcell Ozuna is 1 for 3. He's extended his hitting streak to 7 straight games, a leadoff double in the 4th inning. Englert sets, long pause, and delivers. Low. Ozuna came in a lifetime .361 hitter against the Rays. 1-0 the count. Throw to first. Reynolds back, no tag. Returns easily standing. Out of town scores from AHN. Cardinals up on the Astros 4-1, bottom of the 5th. Brewers trail in Miami 3-1 in the 6th. Englert delivers. Strike called on Ozuna. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mets have a 1-0 lead against the Cubs. MJ Melendez hit a home run for New York. 1-0 in the 6th at Wrigley. And the Twins still lead 3-1 in the 5th inning at home over the Reds. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Here's the pitch to Osuna. Taken for a ball outside. Dodgers and Rockies scoreless. Bottom of the second at Coors Field in Denver. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Line drive bullet to the second baseman, Palacios. Engler ducked out of the way. The pitcher. And Osuna lines out to second right by the bag. 2 outs.
Another one of those examples of how hard he can hit the ball. I would say that little mini slump is pretty kind of
officially over.
Yeah, it's like
end of slump. We can declare it.
He's not getting a hit every single at bat, obviously, but he's making that solid line drive contact about twice a game.
Bellinger back, he's on the track, he's at the wall, leaps, and he makes the play! A terrific play by Cody Bellinger.
Over the left fielder for Meade will save the play.
What a play by an infielder turned outfielder. Jose hammers one deep left field. Yaz watching it go. It's gone. Jose Ramirez has now homered against every opponent in Major League Baseball. He's the first Cleveland Guardian to ever do that.
Call the ball. Another steal. He is 3 for 3 in steals.
4 for 4 for O'Neal Cruz. It's looking good.
Cruz is hotter than a $2 pistol, Joe.
At the wall, Jordan Beck leaps and takes away a home run.
That's 3 runs saved with that magical leap.
Oh, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Gave up a couple of hits, no runs, with 3 strikeouts. Pirates lead 5-2. He'll face the lefty hitting O'Neal Cruz with a runner at first, 2 outs. And Cruz doubled off Seymour in the 5th inning yesterday.
Yeah, bringing in a lefty is definitely not a slam dunk type deal that it was last year against Cruz.
Cruz takes strike 1.
But they're still going to always do it. Even though he's doing some damage on lefties.
0-1. Wave and a miss. And a sweeper. 0-2.
I don't think he's seen a ball yet today, has he? 8 pitches, 8 strikes.
Yeah. He was walked, got the point by in the 5th inning. Intentional walk. But struck out his first 2 times up on 6 pitches. 0-2 offering in the dirt. Reynolds at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Paid attendance, 13,439. Final game of the 7-game homestand. Tuesday night, Pirates will take on the Texas Rangers in Arlington. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out on the sweeper. On to the 8th inning. Pirates are leading 5-2 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
He's not done. This one is gone. Byron Buxton, a 4-hit night, a 2-homer night.
I'll tell you, he can get hot with the best of them.
Softly served center field, a diving attempt. Did Quan catch it? You bet he did. And it's a double play. Oh, what sweet larceny in St. Louis.
High in the air. deep to center field. Denzel Clark going back at the wall. Denzel with a catch. Added to the highlight reel. Denzel Clark.
What a night for Wetherholt. The first multi-home run game of his major league career. Couple of homers, couple of Gold Glove caliber plays.
The Mike Trout Show continues on Broadway.
He lifts one high, he hits it deep, and that one is out of here.
It's back to back to back. 3 in a row for the Halos in the first.
And now Ian, also known as Isaac Matson, takes over for the Pirates.
Yeah, Matson's been very good. ERA at 142 in his 12 games, now 13. He leads the team in appearances.
Hunter Fiducia at the plate. RBI 2-run single in the 5th off Keller, counting for their 2 runs. The pitch swings and pops it up. Foul territory, going to be out of play. Bart takes off his mask. Pirates catcher along with the third baseman Nick York coming in looking at his 3 rows back.
Yeah, Bart's had a strong game today.
He has.
So hit the ball well. He threw out Simpson to basically start the game.
This pop up. Shallow left center. And O'Neal Cruz going to call off Mangum. Going to jump up to make the catch.
And Bart's the guy that was calling the pitches for all that good work that Keller did.
Yeah, I guess the 2 big plays for Bart to single them out is the throw down to get Simpson. And who knows how that game changes if they don't get him off the bases. And then after they had taken the lead in the top of the 5th, he leads off the bottom half of that double off the wall in center. The pitch. And a drive toward right field, but that's going to be easy for Reynolds. Barely has to move. Taylor Walls has a quick second out. Matson pitched yesterday. 1-2-3, top of the 10th. Without that man advancing from second, the automatic runner. Here is Chandler Simpson. With 2 outs and no one on, Bucks up 5-2. About hit the Rays 10-5. Isaac Matson the pitch. Strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Matson, the pitch, high. Well, it took the Pirates 22 games to have their starter go at least 7 innings. First time a starter's gone 7 innings. Second longest streak by a Pirates team since 1901. The 1-1 popped up out of play. Last time Pirates went this long into a season without a starter going at least 7 innings was 2022. It took them their 34th game to do that. It was Jose Quintana on May 15th, 2022. He went 7 innings against the Reds. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Hard to believe, though, that 10 other teams, 10 teams total, including the Pirates coming into today, had gone so far this season without a pitcher going 7 innings or more.
You don't really mean that, do you?
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Reds, Cubs, Rockies, Phillies, Padres, Cardinals, Rays, Blue Jays, and Nationals.
I bet you said hard to believe.
That's hard to believe. As we go to that many teams go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 5-2 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
2-2. Got him with a high fastball. The back goes flying.
Dangerous projectile going towards the dugout.
Whoa! That's a rally shoe closet.
Takeoff play at second. That does go into center field. And Bowers on his way to third.
Ball was tagged on a line.
The slowest runner in the big leagues. He's going to get there.
Kirk was giving everything he had right there.
Yeah, it was enough. Oh, wow. Carson Bench. Safe 2 runs with a diving play.
A golden play right there.
You couldn't make a better play than Richie Palacios did.
Oh, it's that Gold Glove defense out in center field. Neto makes the catch as he lunges out and grabs it out of the air.
He's the best, I'm telling you, shortstop position going back.
Bondog with the highlighted glove makes a highlight reel play.
That is exactly what Alonso does. He brings it every day.
Oh, what a play! What a play!
I don't know how he got rid of it.
I mean, he never ceases to amaze what he can do out at second base.
An exceedingly difficult play that Bobby Witt Jr. makes look so easy.
Right to Peraza. Chance for a double play. He dives, and he's out.
Wow.
And it is caught! He just took away a home run. Throw by DeLauder is in time.
Donovan dives, smothers, picks himself up, and in time.
Pirates have a 5-2 lead now going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ian Seymour, the lefty, faces Nick York, 0 for 3 in this game. Ball 1. Dennis Santana begins to loosen up in the Pirates' pen. It is currently a save situation. Mitch Keller, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Isaac Mattson, a 1-2-3-8 as York takes high, 2-0. Take a behind-the-scenes look at PNC Park with a tour. Various tours available, plus special group rates. To schedule your tour of PNC Park, go to pirates.com/tours. The pitch to York is over for a strike. Next offering is a ball, 3-1. York, Connor Griffin, Joey Bart in this bottom of the 8th inning. And York hits a drive to left field, going back to the wall, looking up, and Nick York, his first home run over the left field wall, gives the Buccos a 6-2 lead here in the 8th inning. Line drive home run for Nick York, his 4th career home run of the big leagues.
I hit it awfully well. That probably was a good 390 something. It went over the right over where it says 379, and it had to be about 4 rows deep. He got just about all of that one.
And now a bunt by Connor Griffin. Pitcher Fields throws way late. Bunt hit for Connor Griffin, and a 6-game hitting streak for the kid.
The Pirates have, in a way, given the Tampa Bay Rays some of their own medicine, haven't they?
Yeah.
These
true,
really nice bunts they're laying down.
Yeah, that really is true. They are giving them a dose of their own medicine. The bunts, the steals, they've stolen a couple bases, and now Joey Bart. He takes a pitch inside. A Sheets shot by Nick York over the left field wall, his first of the year, giving the Pirates this 6-2 lead. A throw to first base, and Connor Griffin dives back safely.
I don't know if somebody should maybe suggested it or not, but if he did that on his own, that's pretty cool for a 19-year-old kid. Guy in front of you hits a home run, and you walk up there and drop down a perfect bunt base hit.
Well, I got to believe he did that on his own. 2-0 count now, change up. I mean, he's a different cat, Connor Griffin. His baseball savvy is off the charts for 19. This is high and away, 3-0. Connor Griffin, the bunt hit. 3-0 count on Bart. Seymour's pitch takes a strike. Speaking of stolen bases, when the Pirates steal a base this season, you steal a deal at Valvoline Instant Oil Change for $25 off your next premium oil change. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change's way of reminding you it's good to steal if you're a Pirate. Bart swings and misses, 3-2. On deck is Spencer Horwitz. Pirates now lead 6-2. And now Wilbur Dotel is up as the save situation is gone, so Dennis Santana takes a seat for now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled off the mask of the catcher, Fiducia. Buccos, a couple of home runs here today. Horwitz and York. Horwitz a pinch hit home run in the 6th inning. He's on deck. 3-2 pitch. That's a fly ball to right by Bart. And Johnny DeLuca is there to make the catch. And the first out of this bottom of the 8th inning. Now Horwitz. The Pirates came into this game tied for 3rd in the National League in home runs. Dodgers have hit 37 on the year. The Braves 28. Pirates and Cardinals 25 entering today. The pitch. Runner goes. Connor Griffin has another stolen base. He is 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts.
That one was awfully close. We'll see if they challenge this or not. Walls wants them to challenge it. Walls is the shortstop that made that tag.
And they are going to challenge. Crew chief Adrian Johnson.
Tampa Bay challenging the safe call at second base.
And coming in from second is the man that made the call, Brock Ballou. So he's standing next to the crew chief, Adrian Johnson, about halfway down the third base line in foul territory as they talk with the replay center in New York. And this call under review is brought to you by Ring Central, voice of your business. Connor Griffin made his Major League debut. The Pirates opened up the home schedule April the 3rd. And the 19-year-old shortstop making his 14th Major League start today. And I think they have an answer. I thought I saw Adrian Johnson take out the earpiece, but still standing there, the crew chief, hands in his pockets, and Ian Seymour
This was
stay loose.
Extremely close. They're going to have to look at this one from a few different angles before they make their decision.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe.
Safe.
Griffin's stolen base stands. 0-1 the count on Horwitz. The pitch. Ground ball second. Gobbled up by Palacios and on to first. And retired is Horwitz on the play. Griffin to third. And brings up Mangum. Jake Mangum has created havoc. He is 2 for 4. Bunt hit. Stolen base in the 3rd inning. Led off the bottom of the 1st inning with a double. 10-pitch at bat.
Way in at the corners. They don't want another bunt.
The ball's fouled off to the right, out of play. On 1 count. The pitch. And it's fouled off to the right, out of play. You might be wondering about the Rays getting another challenge in this 8th inning. They challenged with Billy Cook, the play in the 5th inning, the bunt, and lost that challenge. But in the 8th inning, you can ask for a crew chief review, and that's what they got. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, short. Up with it. Taylor Walls on to first for the final out. The leadoff home run for Nick York, some insurance. Head to the 9th inning. It is 6-2 Buccos on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know ballers. Baseballers.
Bench, safe 2 runs with a diving play.
A golden play right there.
You couldn't make a better play than Richie Palacios did.
Oh, it's that Gold Glove defense out in center field. Neto makes the catch as he lunges out and grabs it out of the air.
He's the best, I'm telling you, shortstop position going back.
Law Dog with the highlighted glove makes a highlight reel play.
That is exactly what Alonso does. He brings it every day.
Oh, what a play! What a play!
I don't know how he got rid of it. I mean, he never ceases to amaze what he can do out at second base.
An exceedingly difficult play that Bobby Witt Jr. makes look so easy.
Right to Peraza, chance for a double play. He dives, and he's out.
Wow.
And it is caught! He just took away a home run. Throw by DeLauder is in time.
Donovan dives, smothers, picks himself up, and in time.
Prospects called up today with the Cam Sanders being optioned. Saw Wilbur Dotel in spring training. Impressive arm.
13 strikeouts in 14 innings this season down in AAA.
23-year-old from the Dominican Republic. 6'4", 238 pounds. Pitched Altoona last year. And his first major league pitch is 98 miles an hour inside, ball one to Junior Caminero, appeal down first base way. And Steve Jaczynski, the umpire there, said he didn't offer. 1 ball, no strikes on Caminero, 0 for 3 against Mitch Keller. Pitch from Dotel, swing and a foul. Oh, man, that came off the mask hard. Joey Bart
broke it. You know, you got hit hard in the mask when the mask comes apart. I mean, it's exploded.
Jeez.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The whole back, the straps all just went flying.
Goes, gets a new mask in the dugout.
How many times have you seen somebody call time for a new mask?
Nobody.
Not get like a strap put back on or something. A whole new mask.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. He's back there and ready to go.
He's a welder's mask.
Yeah. The pitch. Fly ball left field, hit pretty deep to the wall, and it is gone. Junior Caminero on a 1-1 pitch from Wilbur Dotel. It's a home run to make it 6-3, and now the save situation is in play.
Santana will get back up now. The reason they sat him back down and let Dotel go back out, it was because they got the insurance run. They felt pretty comfortable, and they would love to have Santana get back-to-back days off. The team's not playing tomorrow.
Now Jonathan Aranda.
Yes, it would have been 3 days off in a row, which would have been really nice.
Jonathan Aranda fouls this pitch back. Home run makes it 6-3. 5th home run of the season for Junior Caminero. Aranda 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. Over for a strike. Dotel last year with Altoona went 7-9, a 4.15 ERA in 27 starts, 126 innings, 131 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there's his first strikeout and first out in the big leagues. And right away, rather than throw the ball around, Joey Bart, aware of the situation, turns and tosses it toward his dugout. Bat boy gets it and then over to somebody over by the authenticator. One out in the top of the ninth inning. Wilbur Dotel, the pitch. Hit in the air, out of play, off to the right by Yandy Diaz. Not every day you make your Major League debut and face a league's leading hitter. That's what Wilbur Dotel is doing right now. Facing Diaz, pitches low, and try and snap his 8-game hitting streak. As today, he's 0 for 3, those at-bats against Mitch Keller. A line out to right, a strikeout, and a ground ball to short. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Dotel, bounced and stabbed by Dotel. Cat-like reaction. The big guy got up there and stabbed that hard chopper and then jogs to first and tosses to Horowitz, 2 away.
Kind of hand-delivered the ball to first. He went almost all the way to the very edge of the grass where the cutout is around first base, and then just kind of flipped the ball the last maybe 5 feet.
2 away in the ninth inning. 6-3 game. Wilbur Dotel for the Pirates facing Cedric Mullins. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Let's pause for station identification on the Pirates Radio Network. Oh, and 1 on Mullins. Here's the pitch. Taken outside. Pirates have not lost back-to-back games since March 26, 28 against the New York Mets. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to take this series. Dotel, the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Reynolds and Cruz, and it is Cruz who makes the catch. Raise the Jolly Roger. Bucks win another series. They defeat the Tampa Bay Rays here at PNC Park. And a 6-3 final score.
Excellent job today by Keller. He did everything you could ask for him. Went out there and kept his pitch count under control and managed so he could get in his 7 innings. And only gave up a couple of runs, and that's exactly what we needed. Bullpen extremely thin today. So you really have to tip your hat to him. But everybody really did a fine job. We already talked about Bart's afternoon. I mean, he caught Keller and had a good day at the bat and also set the tone early on by, in the first inning, throwing out one of the league's best base stealers, trying to steal second, which got us off on a good first step.
Yep, all in all, a good day for the Pirates. Wash away that marathon loss yesterday in a defeat of the Tampa Bay Rays here at PNC Park. And every once in a while we like to listen in as the folks here get a chance at PNC Park to listen to Sportsnet Pittsburgh Hannah Mears and her post-game interview. Yeah, she's going to have Jake Mangum, who created all that havoc on the bases and started this whole day off against Shane McClanahan with a 10-pitch double and that bunt hit in the 3rd inning. So he was a 2 for 5, part of a 12-hit attack. Let's listen in.
Debut in Wilbur Dotel. To see the way he just responded after that leadoff homer, what'd you make of his outing?
Yeah, he followed it up with his first major league strikeout. That's awesome, and yeah, he got it done for us in the 9th inning right there.
Mitch Keller set the tone for this pitching staff. They needed him to go deep into this ball game, but he faced the minimum through 4, something he hasn't done in his career before. How impressive was his outing?
Awesome. We had a really tough battle last night that was like a 6.5-hour game. For him to come out and give us 7 strong innings really was big for us. Now we go into an off day tomorrow and look to pick things up right where we left them on the road.
Jake, you're somebody who got to show off your small ball today, but this offense embraced that identity as well. How nice was it to see the way that complemented some of the big swings?
Yeah, Connor laid down a bunt too. That was pretty cool. But look, we're trying to win baseball games any way we can. We got a really good baseball team that's going to fight like heck all year. Thank you to Pittsburgh for showing up all homestand. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Look, we're going to fight our butts off for you guys, and we're going to do all we can to win some baseball games.
Jake, KG over here, obviously a big fan of what you've got going on. Excited about your interview, but you also created a core memory for a brother-sister duo, it looked like, in the stands throwing them a ball. As a big brother yourself, what was that moment like?
Oh, it was cool. You talking about in left field? Yeah. That was cool. Watching the dad's reaction to their kids catching the ball was really cool. That's what it's all about.
Hey, good ball player, even better guy, Jake Mangum. Thank you so much.
God bless. Let's go Bucks.
That was great. She